1 year ago, I made one of the biggest decisions of my transformation journey. I had skin removal and muscle repair surgery after losing 130 pounds. And let me tell you, it has been a wild ride. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the raw, real truth about what it was like, what I learned, and was it worth it? Imagine opening up your drawer in the morning and you get to choose, what compression garment do I wear today? Or what shapewear am I gonna wear? I've tried millions of different types of underwear, different materials, different styles, and nothing could hold that amount of skin in its place to even appear solid in any way. Not to mention, you still had to worry about, is it gonna slip out of my leg hole? I mean, even when it came down to buying a bathing suit, you're in this body that you worked so hard to lose all this weight, and yet you really can't buy the bathing suit that you really want to, because now you have to compensate for all this excess skin. So I would have to wear bathing suits that were dress bathing suits. I still had to wear compression garments underneath it so that I didn't worry about my skin coming out from my leg. As I age, this is going to continue to become a problem, not just because of how my clothes fit, but also because it affected how I could work out. I literally could take my skin, lift it up, and sit it on a table. So that meant if I needed to do jumping jacks, if I needed to run, it just would ricochet in every way. It made working out very difficult. I really felt like it was keeping me in a place that wouldn't allow me to actually improve physically in any way. Like when you walk around with that amount of skin, you constantly have to worry about, am I gonna get an infection? Is my back gonna kill me today because I have to do yard work outside and the yanking kills my back? So I knew that this had to be a priority, especially if I wanted to have some quality of life going forward. I'm only in my early 40s. I want to live and travel and enjoy life with my kids and with Chris, and I knew that that was probably the next stepping stone in my journey. So I started researching. I definitely wanted to take this very seriously, considering I'm having such a major surgery that would require muscle repair and, an excess amount of weight loss and a lot of issues with skin elasticity. I wanted to find someone good, a procedure that was going to be worth my while, and I took my time. I did actually come across, from one of my favorite people to follow, ADHD, and she was sharing, her name is Claire, she was sharing her journey of weight loss, and she had a fleur-de-lis tummy tuck. And I did a lot of research on that. I did find that that would be my best bet, because this type of surgery is not the same as a regular tummy tuck. There is an incision from hip to hip and also from your pelvic to the center of your breasts. And it allows the doctor to really go in and tighten up in a different way than a regular tummy tuck would. And I'm really glad I chose that option. But thankfully, I actually found my surgeon right here where I live. And, I followed him for a long time on his social media. I saw all of the wonderful transformations he was doing for so many people. And he focused on helping people who had lost an excessive amount of weight. So I knew he had a lot of experience with bodies like mine. And I also knew that he did fleur-de-lis. I only wanted someone who could do that specific surgery because I didn't want to have to come back in and do different surgery after different surgery. A lot of people end up choosing to do a regular tummy tuck, and then they have to deal with the skin in the back. So they have to get an excess skin in the back done. And I just wanted it to be a one and done deal. I wanted it to get me to where I wanted to be sooner so that I could start doing this. So I could start working on aging well, start building muscle, and start living my life the way that I knew I could had I not walked around with that on my body. I really didn't have any fears going into surgery. I've had a lot of surgeries in my life, between having 2 pregnancies with 2 C-sections, between going through IVF treatments and lots of procedures prior to that, and then also my weight loss surgery. I also had a hernia surgery. I wasn't fearful of anything. And to be honest, another huge factor in that was that I really trusted my doctor. I made sure to do my homework and make sure I knew who he was, what his work was like, and meeting him and speaking with him and just feeling like he really cared about what he was doing. I went into it with no hesitation. So being a year later, would I suggest this to anyone else? And my answer is, fuck yes. I mean, it truly has changed my life. I actually realized after my surgery that it did way more than just fix my stomach. It almost acted like a corset. So when he did my surgery, he was able to pull in my stomach, which then also tightened up my back. So I didn't just lose inches from the front, but I also lost all this excess skin that was hanging off the back side of me. I don't think I actually realized I had as much excess skin back there, but I did, because it was clear as day once I was done healing how different my body was now. So I think what surprised me most is completely unrelated to the surgery itself. I mean, it's a cause of it, but I think you really start to see who's really rooting for you and who is not. You know, I think some people could look at this as vain when they truly just don't understand what it's like living with excess skin like that. And I think it uncovers a lot of things with people who aren't really truly your supporters. So I think I was just most surprised that when I did this, people judged me. Thankfully, I'm at a time in my life, a point in my life, that I don't really care, because all I care about is that I'm living my truth and I'm happy. My kids are happy, Chris is happy, and at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. So, for women who are considering having this surgery, you will know when you're ready. And I think you have to be ready mentally, um, and physically. I think once you work on the core issues of your self-confidence, that next step is just to make your body match how you feel inside. No surgeon will even consider having the surgery unless they know that you're at least a year out of your goal weight and maintaining it. So, what I would say to my past self is that not to give up. I had gotten to a point in my life that I think I just had to accept that I was just never going to have that surgery. And deep down, it was always something that I revisited in my mind. I had always hoped and wished that I could accomplish this one day. But I would tell myself, like, don't give up. Nothing's impossible. If I could overcome all this other stuff in my 40 years, then there's a way. So what I would say to someone who is afraid is that don't be. It's scary, sure, especially if you've never had surgery before. But I think you just have to focus on the fact that right now we're at the prime time where health is everything. This is our window of time to really build a solid foundation for us aging. And I would just maybe focus on the positives of it. Everything always feels scary when you do it, so you can't let fear stop you. One thing I will always tell you is that a weight loss journey isn't just about what number reflects on that scale. And a surgery does not fix your mindset. Your inner work is crucial before surgery. It's not a cure. It's just a tool. Always remember that. Your transformation isn't linear, and some days will test you. But I've never felt stronger, more aligned, and at home in my body than I do now at 42. There's so much more to this story, especially the recovery process, what it was really like day to day, and how my body and my mind have changed over the past year. I'm waiting for additional photos from my surgeon, and I'll be sharing all of this in a future video. So make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss it. And if you're on your own health or transformation journey, I'd love for you to join our community of women over 40 who are building strength and living our best lives. You can grab my free Keto for Kickstart guide or the Manifestation Journal checklist linked in the description below. It's my gift to help you get started and stay inspired. I'll see you on the next one.